Eora, a world where mortals live, die, and are reborn through the turning of the wheel, in a cycle of reincarnation, watched over by the gods. Our gods, some of whom love us more than others. Your home, the Adiran Empire, is treasured by Wodica, Our Lady of Law and Vengeance, the Burned Queen. But our goddess has lately turned her eyes from us, and our empire has suffered revolts, famines, challenges to rightful rule. We lack a common purpose, but we could find it in the living lands, a rich and lawless island settled by fugitives, wanderers, exiles, and us. Yet the more we free this place from danger, the more the land fights back. And now, as our colonists crowd into Paradise, the last safe city, the locals find themselves crowded out. Many years ago, you were born to a family in our Adiran Empire, and in a rare turn of the wheel, you came into this world a godlike, touched by a patron god in the womb. To some, a blessing. To many, an abomination. You grew up an outsider, but I saw potential in you. Potential and an opportunity. And within my court, you found purpose. Now I call upon your vow to our empire and name you my envoy. Venture forth in the name of your homeland and secure our future.
Silmes mitu! Urthen Roth!
Uthen! Silmes mitum!
Silmes mitu! Avowed beyond sick! Silmes mitu!
Silmes mitum! Silmes mitum! Uthen!
Silmes mitu!
What do you know of the living lands? The rumors and tales are so vexing, they cannot be true. And yet they are. Those untamed wilds, overgrown with the most curious wonders and the most dreadful abominations. There beats a dark pulse within the heart of that soil. Something vile stirs beneath the earth, seething with rot and decay. A corruption growing beyond everything it touches. Its foul tendrils reach towards us, to lash out at the Empire itself. I command you, go to the living lands, find the roots, and if necessary, sever them. You are my one boy. Remember your vow. The hopes of an empire rest upon you.
Envoy, over here.
You're alive! Thank the gods I pulled you out the wreck when I did. I wasn't about to let the Emperor's envoy die on my watch. At least the journey's not completely lost. I heard the cannons. I couldn't... We... The name's Garrick, sir. Quarter gunner. 3rd Adiran Fleet. Fort Northreach. Island off the Living Lands. I've been here before. It's an Adiran outpost. But... Wish I could say that for sure. I saw flashes, envoy. It weren't the storm that wrecked our ship. It was cannon fire. And it could only have come from that fort up the hill. It makes no sense. No one fires on their own countrymen. Unless... That's what I'm afraid of too. In the meantime, you survived. That means we're not scuppered yet. As long as you're here, the Emperor's mission can still go ahead. Then I know the place to start. Adir's got an embassy in the port of Paradis. Once we make it there, we can regroup, figure out what to do next. I hate to say it, but the fort's probably our only chance of escape. We need supplies, and if our troops have been captured, they'll need our help. Thank you. I'll keep you safe. Those boards up there look old. A good hit and we can be on our way. Take that spear. It's no good to any of our crew anymore. At least some supplies survived. For all the good it does. You look like a dab hand with that. I don't understand. Why would they fire on us, their own people? No use wondering. We've got to make sure our troops are safe. Come on, the fort's up ahead.
Yeah.
Watch yourself. There's no healer about. Watch out! I remember some of the soldiers. Praying around that Ardra pillar. Hope it helped their souls find the beyond.
We rise from slumber.
Is this what they were like? Hit it with everything you've got! Let's not work at them! thought I had your back. Guess you've got mine. Surely there's a way to clear those brambles. Ah, up there. Margaret's Fury. That'll do it. Burn right through the brush. If we can get it down, that is. You're not gonna let her out, are you? Wait, you can't just let her out without asking who she is.
Stay back. I'm not catching whatever's on your head.
Easy, he's a godlike.
You mean a god gave you that face? Touched your soul and everything?
That's right.
Never seen one of your kind before. I always heard folks say you were blessed. Looks more like a curse to me. Because the soldiers put me here. Now, am I getting out or not?
That's the Imperial envoy you're talking to. Show some respect.
The Imperial? Shite, I should have known you were Adherents too. Funny you survived while all your friends here went belly up. Adir's had their boot on Paradise since their first soldiers came.
'Cause the place is pure chaos.
Did you not think we liked it that way? I have to smuggle just to get anything past your damn checkpoints. I'm trying. Your friend's the one picking a fight with me.
Paradisans will knife you in the back over a dirty look.
At least we don't go mad and slaughter each other. You really have no idea what happened to this place, do you? The day I came, I noticed the guards talking gibberish. Then the killing started. They went wild. Stabbed their mates in their sleep. I told you, they weren't right. When the storm came, they fired the cannons. Their faces changed. That soldier in here tried to strangle me. I had to defend myself. He still did it.
I've got a bad feeling about this. It doesn't make sense. What if she murdered that soldier and she's just trying to cover it up?
Look, we don't have to like each other, but we can all get out alive. I left my boat at the edge of the island. It should still be there. I don't see how the soldiers could have found it yet. You let me out, and all three of us can go to Paradise.
Envoy, I've tangled with Paradisan smugglers before. She'd say just about anything to get out of that cell. Her story's full of holes. What if the boat's not there? What if she turns on us?
For fuck's sake, be reasonable. Don't listen to him. Gods, that's the sanest thing I've heard all day. Let's move.
If we live to regret this... Adherent soldiers don't massacre each other. They just don't. Something caused this.
The ruins. There's a grotto just past them. That's where I left the boat.
To think they turned on each other like dogs. I can't fathom it.
They were bastards when they came here. All it took was time.
But adherents, we respect each other. We're raised to follow the rules.
What's the matter? Upset your kin are no better than anyone else. Stay low. Quick. Stay in the tall grass. You can get the drop on them.
I knew this was a bad idea.
Stay down. Don't get us killed.
Hope there's a fire spell in there. It'll make quick work of the brambles. Wyvern's fury with a book.
Earth and Wrath!
We've got the high ground. How should we do this? Magic's the flashy choice, I suppose.
Earth and Wrath! Unseek! I tried to tell them. Why wouldn't they listen? You can't kill me. No one can kill me. I'll swim across the sea.
I knew it. Whatever's on their faces, it gets into their heads.
I'm no expert on soul plagues, but whatever you came here to find, I'd say you found it. It's awful. What must he be going through?
Who disturbs us? I had dreams. Fabulous dreams. They tried to silence them.
Steady yourself, please. We're only trying to help.
You're wasting your breath. He's gone.
You tread in the orchard. No, hens hunting foxes. I should have been free to drink of the land. They thought they could stop me. Vipers! Their venom stains my blade.
He can barely string a thought together. How could he have killed everyone?
He couldn't. Not like this. He's just the last one standing.
Trespassers! Scars? What scars? They brought axes to cleave into the wood. And you return death to us.
Envoy, this could come to blows. Keep your guard up.
Feed the roots, kill the rot.
Now you've done it!
You're gonna regret this.
Now you've done it!
You're gonna regret this.
Get back and heal yourself! Probably some noble who bought his commission. Now look at him.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but at least he's not suffering.
Closer, we twine.
Thank the gods it's still here. Get on.
There, in the distance. It's Paradise. So, the smuggler wasn't lying.
My name's Alora, you know. Thanks. I've enjoyed not being dead.
Look, if this is the soul plague the Emperor sent you to find, we have to stop it. You have to stop it, no matter what it takes.
I'd heard rumours about folk changing out in the hinterlands. I thought they were just that. You know, stories. I never imagined it'd be like this.
I don't know how, but if anyone can find a way, it's you.
Will you get on before I leave without you?
Aye, onward to Paradise. Never thought I'd be glad to sail here with a smuggler.
If anyone asks, you never met me. This is your final warning.
Hey! Turn around and sail back to wherever you came from. This dock is reserved for the Imperial Envoy. And he's late. Huh. Probably died at sea. Good riddance. Ugh, shit.
Nice.
Forgive me, Envoy. I meant nothing by it. A slip of the tongue. Can we start over? Name's Cynric, captain of the local militia. We're a scrappy bunch, but we know our way around Paradise. Unlike most Adirans who couldn't find their ass with both their hands. Oh, present company excluded. They told me you were godlike, but I didn't know what to expect. Your face, it's so... Ooh, on second thought, why don't I just shut up before I say anything else I regret?
Now there's a good idea.
No doubt you've come for the Adiran ambassador, but he's gone, along with our claviger. They traveled northwest to the Strangle Route, past the old Pargroon Wall.
You need to find the ambassador, and I need to find the claviger. How's about we partner up? I did my time in the Rawatayan Navy. I'm good, as long as you talk real slow.
Kai, before you go, remember, you're taking a distinguished veteran into the wilderness. Make sure he comes back alive, or the Steel Garrote will have my head.
Better yours than mine.
The Steel Garrote are here as guests, helping Adirans like yourself keep the peace. Or so they say. They're an order of religious cutthroats, sharpening their blades for the glory of the burned queen. Oof, creepy bunch, too. Who needs enemies when you have friends like the Steel Garrote? You tell me, Envoy. The Adirans came to our shores with their soldiers, their bureaucrats, and their cult of murderers. Asking a lot of nosy questions is a good way to end up with a knife in your back. Speaking of the Steel Garrote, fair warning, their leader, Inquisitor Ludwine, is eager to greet you. Or possibly interrogate you. Wait. You know the Inquisitor? Dare I ask how? Say no more. The less I know, the better. I heard she's a monster, the personal handmaiden of the Burned Queen. But that's not all. They say she fell in battle in the Deadfire, and death spat her back out. Not if you value your life.
We'll have time to worry about Ludwine later. First, we've got to find your ambassador and my claviger. I'll bet you're glad to be on dry land after that voyage. Come on. Come on, let's get you some fresh air. Grunin left these beacons all over the island. They're good for finding your way around.
3-1. Why doesn't the claviger put a stop to it?
Think dim-wit. Wit is nice and cozy in the ambassador's pocket. That's enough for now. We got a listener.
What are you looking at? Haven't you heard it's not polite to stare? What are you looking at?
Piss off. Piss off.
Greetings, friend. You look like you could use a find. I suggest you take a look at my wares. Nice to see you again.
Please, how hard is it to answer a question?
I don't trifle with souls, ma'am.
They're tearing my home apart. Never mind. I can't believe how rude everyone is around here. How hard could it be to find a watcher? I'll have to take that chance. I have a problem I can't explain. Something more like. A band of Zorips invaded my house. What am I gonna do? I don't know. Maybe they're drawn to a spirit there? I've tried everything else. I'm sorry, I'm overwhelmed. I did ask the militia. They weren't risking their lives for a poor shelter folk. First, my ship gets attacked by pirates. Then none of my plants will take. Now this happens? And they won't let me into Paradise to sort it out? The militia. They're scared of some plague. At least that's what they say. I wonder if it's really the Adirans. Keep us out and themselves in. I should never have come here.
Come here for a better life and find a worse one. Wish I hadn't heard that before.
Thank the gods. I wasn't sure how many more pitying looks I could stand. Then take my house key. It's northwest of here. That cabin on the cliff all by itself. Gods know I can't go back. And there's nothing to steal either. The Zorips saw to that. Come back when you've dealt with them. And make sure you get their leader, too. I'm sorry, but I don't think they'll go quietly. You'll have to kill them. Thank you. That may not be worth much coming from a stranger, but I mean it.
Ayol, leave me alone. Ayol, leave me alone. Ayol, leave me alone. I already told her I don't want to be involved.
I can't help it. After what happened with Kalisha.
I know, dear, but worrying isn't going to do anything.
You're right. Of course.
Have faith, love.
Oh, you must be the Imperial envoy that just arrived. Hello.
Darling, you don't think that...
I don't know. I'm sure you're very busy, envoy. But do you know of any other ships from Adir that are slated to arrive soon? Is it that easy to tell? Gods, I must be losing my touch.
We're waiting for our son, you see. He's been living in Adir for a number of years now, but is finally coming home.
I just hope he doesn't meet any trouble. I couldn't bear the thought of losing him too. Not after...
I'll take it from here, darling. After we lost our little girl, she was working as a mercenary in the Deerwood. Last we heard, she was traveling to Gilded Vale to check in on Alvra, our other daughter.
But she never made it. We can only assume the worst. I can only pray that you're right, but my gut tells me otherwise.
Apologies, Envoy, but we need to keep an eye out for our son. Be safe out there. The Living Lands are unlike anywhere else in Aora.
Still, there is something to be said for the stability that the Deerins bring.
For you, perhaps, if you don't mind ignoring their stance on animancy.
I suppose. It isn't perfect, but in all my years living here, I've never felt so safe.
Ah, well, let's hope they never make it to Fjord. It wouldn't end well. The lighthouse was a gift from the Animancers of Fjord. I am getting tired of them.
I'm grateful for Adir. I was getting tired of the lawlessness.
I've come in search of lost treasures. Have you heard any rumors of such things in the area?
I suppose so, actually. There are some Pargrunan ruins to the north, just across the river from the Strangle route. The Pargrunan are said to have left behind many treasures.
Very good. I will remember you. You will be justly compensated upon my return. It's a fine day for adventuring. Greetings, godlike. Greetings, godlike.
Something tells me I won't be getting that compensation.
Keep up the good work, soldiers. I'm busy. Unless you're here to trade, don't bother me. I'm busy. What kind of stance is that? Get serious. Get out.
Venture past the palisades at your own risk. There's no guarantee of safety out in the wilds. We've already had to move back the palisades line a few times.
Beautiful view from these cliffs. Real long way down, too.
Yeah.
This one's mine.
Unseek!
Come and get me! Give me a second. To your left!
and seek!
Zarabs. They may be small, but they'll overwhelm you if you're not careful.
Just like the good old days.
This is Dehangan's place, or was. It's the Zarabs now. I'm no art critic, but I've never seen a mural like that. Looks like an elf and Zarab holding hands. What do you see? You'd know better than me. Take a look around before we go. What's that Zarab doing out here all by himself? Anything juicy? Well, Dehangan's the only one who can make sense of it. We should talk to her. What am I hitting? Aim where? What's the target? Where's my mark? Give me a target. You know, for most people, getting sent to the Living Lands is a punishment. But, according to Cynric, you're the personal envoy of the Emperor of Adir himself. Quite a position. No need to be humble. We're traveling together, we might as well get acquainted. So what's your story? Who are you that the Emperor sent you all the way out here? Tall grass, huh? Even in Rawatai, you lot are the stuff of legend. I guess I should count myself lucky our paths didn't cross sooner. But that raises a bigger question. Why would your Emperor send one of his most accomplished warriors all the way out here? A journey to the Living Lands is one way for most. This island's always had a way of swallowing people whole. An entire civilization disappeared here, if you can believe it. And this was all before the Dream Scourge. Now? Refugees are flooding in from outlying regions. The guards are restricting access to the city. And people are making offerings to the gods for everything from hangovers to indigestion, just in case. Not much. It's hard to separate fact from rumor. I've heard it changes people, makes them confused, disoriented, and eventually violent. No one seems to know exactly how it starts. I like your confidence, just be careful how you express it. Unfortunately, the presence of so many Adiran troops and the rumored exploits of the Steel Garrote Paladins supporting them is only making a tense situation worse. I think that's why the Clavenger accompanied your ambassador. I was in rough shape when I came to Paradise a few years back. Clavenger Amond helped me get settled here. If he's gotten into trouble, the least I can do is help him out of it. Especially if he's following up on rumors of the Dream Scourge. But what about you? What's your stake in things? Besides your orders, of course. Ah, I used to march to a similar drumbeat back when I served in the Rawatayan Navy. But that's a story for another time. I'll let you get some rest, but thanks for talking. It's good to be part of a squad again, even if it's just for a while. They say people afflicted with it have strange, vivid dreams and start confusing them with reality. What starts as a light daze becomes severe disorientation and eventually a bent towards chaotic violence. And then, fungal growths take over your body. So Dream Scourge. No, Dream Scourge is different. It spreads all over. Still, if you see any new mushrooms sprouting up anywhere unexpected, let me know. Until then, look on the bright side. The Living Lands is filled with people and things that are likelier to kill you first. It's the gateway to the Living Lands, a scenic port city that's as beautiful and dangerous as the wilds around it. Most visitors enjoy some mariner's porridge at the Ballarrock, a back alley shakedown, and then the sudden return of that porridge out of one end or the other. Then, if they've got any sense, they turn around and take their chances back where they came from, with authentic tales of their adventures in the Living Lands. Don't get me wrong, it's a great city. In part because it's great at winnowing out people who have no business being here. The Living Lands means a hard-won second chance for the people who settle here. But first, you've got to survive it. And the island gives no quarter. For a lot of people, the Living Lands is a last resort. They come fleeing war, debt, famine, the law. Take your pick. For others, it's freedom. To seek glory, to redefine yourself, to live in a way you can't, maybe even on pain of death wherever you come from. Oh, little of everything. Rawatai is famous for storms and rocky soil, so I figured if I'm going to live in a hostile environment, why not pick some place where things grow? It seemed like a good idea at the time. Used to be, if you could last out here, you could count on being left alone. Dangers in the wilds is nothing new out here, but something about the Dream Scourge is. And if that weren't enough, a lot of people aren't too keen on Adir's presence and affiliations out here. Ilgard's new embassy and his alliance with the Steel Garrote smell like the authority and order that a lot of people came here to leave behind. But I don't mean to put that on you. I imagine you're tired of having to answer for every Adiran who sneezes into somebody's stew. Good thing you're asking the expert. Sure. What's on your mind? Should I break out the booze? I'm well past seconds myself, if we're counting. Even decent people make mistakes, and the rest of us can grow, with a little time and grace. Even if it weren't, I'd rather be wrong than cynical. Anyway, if this place can't give us misfits and screw-ups a second chance, what hope do we have? What gave it away? My finely pointed teeth, or the striking blue of my scales? The real question is why not? Rawatai's hardly a hospitable environment. Many of us end up settling elsewhere, or making a living on the go. That's where you get the popular image of the Amawa bodyguard or mercenary. That's what I said when I left. I joined up with the Rowatine Navy as soon as I was old enough. I was part of our campaign to establish a foothold in the Deadfire Archipelago. Not that long before, but yeah. Back then, we weren't even making pretenses at our purpose there. We were returning to our ancestral homeland, reclaiming fertile soil that would feed Rowatine. Additionally, we were helping Deadfire, bringing organization to the pirate-ridden archipelago and civilization to our distant Wana cousins. Yeah. The Huana didn't want us there. We spent almost as much time fighting the tribes as we did pirates and Wilder. And it was hard to see how any of our fighting and dying was feeding people back home. I'd always heard that war was supposed to temper us, strengthen us, but I didn't see that either. Some fell apart. Some bought into the cruelty that our continued presence required. Others didn't buy into it, but went along with it anyway. And that bothered me more somehow. I deserted. And I bounced between different mercenary companies for almost 10 years. Hey, not all of us catch on so quick. Besides, there were only so many options for a Rowatine deserter with no training and anything else. As a mercenary, I figured I could at least choose my battles and my crew. Yeah, it just took me a little longer to figure that out. Being part of a squad kept me going. For a while, anyway. By the time I came to the Living Lands, I'd seen enough. Had enough. I did. Yeah. For a while. Look, if I can give you some hard-won advice, stay on your toes. You're in a difficult position. Whatever your role asks of you, make sure it's something you're willing to give. Because you're the one who has to live with the consequences. I figured. By the way, now that we've gotten to know each other, let me know if you want to train together. I've been watching your form, and I think we could learn from one another. Yeah, I've watched your form as I've gotten to know you, and it's excellent. You're smaller than I am, but I picked up a few tricks from seeing the way you move on the battlefield. I'm happy to return the favor if there's anything I can teach you. I've noticed. That's it. You got the hang of it. I look forward to seeing what you can do when we get back out there tomorrow. In the meantime, get some rest. After your voyage, it must be.
Oh, please tell me I can go home now. And you found the leader, right? Like I asked you to? What would I know about... All right, I lied to you. I can't keep it up anymore. Have you ever felt aimless? Like you ought to have a purpose, but you don't? Like you'd do anything to find out why you're meant to be here? I'd love to. I'm not good at anything, no matter what I put my mind to. An animancer told me that I might have half a soul. I finally had an answer. The question was, who got the other half? I thought if I could meet this person and see what they were like, I might gain some purpose or something. And then I came here and found a Zorip. But what do I do about it? How do I not think about what I can never have? I'm so... I've got to find some meaning in all this. I can't go back and I can't go forward. I'm just stuck here. Lost. Again. Are you serious? I don't call raiding my house diplomatic. I suppose I won't have time to regret it if I'm dead. I'll go. I'll be brave. I'll find it. I really hope you're right. Oh, I forgot. You still deserve to be paid for your time, if nothing else. I didn't think... Well, it's nice to get help from an Adiran. I'll say that much.
First get leaves, these letters won't turn up.
Build another palisade just like the last. When this one falls, what will you Adirans do then?
Armor could use some work. Let's check the watermill for supplies.
Incoming Zaros. Take your best shot. Coming from your right. What am I hitting? Let's see what you got.
Those Arabs must have been scavenging supplies too.
I was just getting warmed up.
The Dream Scourge has driven people to the city. Means more bandits on the road.
Sink!
Nice shot! Hey! Over here! Show me what you got!
Sink!
Let's see what you got! Watch the left!
Sink!
Next one's mine!
Even Pargrunan walls can't stand against this place.
Sink!
What's the target? Aim where? Come and get me! Another down. One for you!
wilds are getting deadlier by the day. But people have to eat.
Let's see what you got. Left leg.
A rot seeps through here. Who poisons us? We cannot see.
Ah, it didn't used to be this overgrown. I can take care of that if you want.
Give me a target. Where's my mark? Give me a target. Aye, aye.
I got a bad feeling whenever that air's
Next one's mine.
That's a bad way to go.
Seek!
Hold on.
Ready, aim.
Let's see what you got.
Seek!
Didn't stand a chance.
close.
That's the Claviger. What happened?
Are you blind? We're being hunted. Get rid of the band. We'll talk after. I'm sick! Come and get me! I'm sick!
What's the target?
Earth and rock!
Still recovering.
Take that, you monstrosity! Well done! Poor bastard. One of Ludwine's toy soldiers. I never even learned their name. Not that it would have done us any good. My savior. Oh, thank the gods. Your arrival couldn't have been more timely. Oh, I can manage. This isn't my first brush with death, and it may not be my last. Ambassador Falchion Heelguard at your service, and you must be our Imperial envoy. Better late than never, I say. Keep it close until we're back at the embassy. I prefer to take bad news in the comfort of my office. Aren't you going to introduce me to your capable companion? Can he be trusted? Well, did he now?
A little faster, and we might have been able to save Claviger Eamon, too. Happy to have been of service, nevertheless.
I'm charmed. I take it you had business with the Claviger? Poor fellow. It was the bear that killed him, of course. This wilderness has been a little too wild of late. I don't appreciate extortion tactics from the Emperor's envoy. Take it, and let us not speak of this again. We heard alarming reports of a blight in the wilderness, and a strange corruption moving toward the city. The changes in the ecosystem are expected, but this one was progressing too rapidly to ignore. We tracked the corruption all the way here, but all we found was that creature gone mad. Did you? We lost contact with our coastal detachment days ago. I was hoping for better news. The situation is more dire than I imagined. We need a plan of action before whatever this is consumes the living lands.
We are here. Come to us. Commune with us. We have waited for you. Come.
What's the matter? Can you hear me? But you... Very well, if you say so. The Emperor trusts your judgment, and so do I. Whatever you think is best, I'll support it. You know something of our troubles. That much is clear. What would you have us do?
Right behind you.
Oh, just be careful. The Emperor would never forgive me if anything happened to you.
Take it slow. We'll be right here.
It is you. Come closer. We feared you were but a dream. We awake from seasons of slumber. We have been waiting. A colony of insects. The many united by one purpose. Mycelia twining through the loam, taking and giving in equal measure. We are the ache in the land, the roots that run deep. And you are familiar to us. Our memories are fractured, but you too are alone in your strangeness. Godlike. This term means nothing to us. But why would you belong to another, shackled to their will? Shackled like us to rot and corruption. It spreads and festers and seeps and crawls. Poor bear. Poor us. Poor you. Yes, The air sings with its spores. It is everywhere. We can feel it. We fear it. We can see where it spreads. It is an infection. A foreign body invades. The host fights back. We feel the pain of this intrusion. It overwhelms us. If an animal sickens after a fight, as it howls and sings its agony, what do you do? Death. Because some things might be pruned, some branches cut to save the tree. Envy. How much we envy the loving dead, peaceful under the flowers. The rot festers. We could suck the poison out, let green things grow in its place, and we could give you the gift of our healing touch. But a favor for a favor. Would you help us in return when we ask it? We offer you the power to heal and be healed, and you would wheedle and bargain? Decide, do you wish this power or not? Go then. We would have given you such a gift, but you scorn us. Face your perils alone, but do not call for us in your need.
You all right? You look like you were in a trance for several minutes.
What happened? What can you recall? Spare no detail. You must be sensitive to the spirit world. Some are gifted, or cursed, with such talents. Inquisitor Ludwine will need to hear of this. I've agreed to share my findings with the Steel Garrote, as long as they do the same. Not that she has any interest in ecology. Ludwine is obsessed with our security, sees enemies lurking around every corner. The Steel Garrote provide us some much-needed protection, but they answer only to themselves. We have our interest in the living lands, and they have theirs. A mutually beneficial arrangement. Stay out of their way, and they'll return the favor. Make sure and use that to your advantage. You never know. It might come in handy. We'll talk more at the embassy. I'll ensure the Paradise militia give you free passage into the city.
Whatever the Inquisitor's like, she can't be worse than that there. Can she?
Yeah. Yeah.
You are full of surprises, Envoy. Still, you have your work cut out for you in Paradise. Enjoy the calm while you can.
The path to Paradise is bad overgrown, but I can...
Bjorgard doesn't seem like the kind of man you'd send to the frontier, does he? You seem much better suited to it. Nothing like a campfire. Ask away. You know where to find me. I haven't seen this much excitement in a while. Perhaps I've got you to thank. For bringing it with you, Envoy.
Yeah.
Old fella who used to live here.
Yeah.
One for us.
In Rowatite, you don't abandon good supplies. I wonder what happened here.
Aim where?
Careful. Looks like spiders nearby.
Let me catch my breath. Nice shot.
Pargrunen built these walls and much of Paradis centuries ago. Much of their work still stands.
Try.
Clearly his tits. Someone was actually brazen enough to sneak into the camp for this.
This? People are angry. They can't see how much good we've done for everyone since we got here. They'll come... Whoever did this, better pray to all the gods.
The gall of these locals.
Que larde. I'd heard the godlike had come to Paradise.
Oh, hey, Sansa. Comes on a little strong, that's all. He doesn't bite.
But to meet you, what an honor. Who is your patron? Were you drawn to this place? You can? Wait, you're pulling my leg, aren't you? I apologize. Everyone must ask you such things. Listen, you haven't been to the wilds east of the city, have you? Maybe that's for the best. Then have you seen a cartographer in the area? A human, about my height. He must have gone farther than I thought. His name is Girmund. He's my assistant, and I'm worried about him. I sent him to map the eastern wilds. I knew it would be perilous, but it's been a long time since he's written, even for him. Bandits, smugglers, spiders with eyes as big as plates.
You know how many so-called adventurers I've saved out there?
It's an intrepid occupation.
3, this month.
As I said, if you find him and bring me his map, I'll be glad to pay you for it. I may even have more work for you. When he last wrote, he was mapping the eastern ruins. Take the letter. It might help. If you find him, bring his work to my shop in Paradise Town. You're welcome anytime. I have quite the assortment of curios. Maybe you'll even buy one of my maps.
Well, that's our marching orders then.
That's far enough, Outlander. Well, if it isn't the new arrival. So eager to make a name for himself. Well, aren't you the little do-gooder? Me and Pod, we aren't so fond of Outlanders. Especially ones looking as strange as you. For all we know, you're one of those sick bastards. The plague carrier. A blight on our fair city.
Boss? What if he's right?
Shut it, Pod. Let me do the talking.
You're doing great so far. Really menacing.
No one brings the plague into my town, Outlander. No one. At least you can die knowing it wasn't personal. Street whelps. Did you hear that, Pod? Let's teach this Adiran pig a lesson.
Wait, you fought in battles? Real battles? and survived.
Ha! Let's make it quick. You're not the only one with places to be.
Good. I was getting tired of listening to them anyway.
This one's mine. Hey! Over here! Another glorious battle.
Don't get too used to the comforts of Paradise.
Welcome to Paradise, Envoy. The ambassador's expecting you.
It is you. You refused our help once. Now you return to us in even greater need. You accuse us when we only ever offered our aid. We never meant any harm. But now, you share our prison. An arrow broke the skin. It carried poison to your veins. A festering blot of corruption spread through the root and sap. It stilled your heart. It silenced the song in your mind. As many as the beetles and worms in the soil. But we do not want that. We could send you back. Just this once.
Well, the game just crashed. The UE-Alabama game has crashed and will close. Fatal error. Well, let's relaunch.
It is you. You refused our help once. Now you return to us in even greater. We are not in your head. An arrow broke this. Your heart. We are not corrupt. And in but we could just this. The minute and the fall. You shall know pain. Breathe deep.
You're awake? Thank the gods. For a second there, I thought I had a problem on my hands. You're alive, somehow. That's what counts.
Glad to see you with us. I was sure you were already on your next trip around the wheel, but I brought you here just in case. If anyone can work a miracle, it's Liviana, though whatever restored you is beyond even her skill. Oh, his guards bundled him away to his embassy before you hit the ground. He's safe there, probably cozied up with velvet slippers and a glass of something expensive.
There's something I still don't understand. Envoy, you died. You say that like it's a good thing, but the mortal soul is not adept at coping with trauma.
What does this mean for him? Should he expect anything else strange? Other than coming back from the dead, I mean.
That depends on a few things. Visions and hallucinations? Likely. Manifestations of past lives? Uncommon, but possible. Sounds like the echo of a past life. I wish I could tell you more. This is far beyond my expertise. You should visit Runid, our local watcher. She would know what to make of your strange, stubborn soul. One who sees into the spirit realm, a watcher examines the soul down to its very core. I can't think of anyone more qualified for the job. Runid's shop is in the hills to the northeast. A bit of a walk. Just head out of the gate to the east of town and follow the path that curves to the north. It should be perched up in the hills. Oh, but avoid the Watcher in Hightown. She's a known charlatan. I'll send word to the ambassador that you survived, but he'll no doubt want to talk to you. Head up the stairs outside my clinic and take a left onto the main road. That'll get you to the embassy.
What's he gonna do anyway? You've already died and come back. Either way, I should go with you. Your assassination is bound to have stirred things up. Don't mention it. Besides, I don't want this to blow up any more than you do. The sooner we solve your murder, the better for everyone. And we should talk back at camp. I'm hoping you can help me understand what just happened to you.
You're looking well.
a dream about you. In my dream, you were surrounded by... You weren't alone either. Some of them loved you. Others were afraid of you. Also, there was a tree that... It wasn't a tree? I can't remember anymore. Stay safe. If you need something for the pain, there's an apothecary by the bathhouse. Liviana didn't think you'd make it, but I'll pull through. Got in a fight with the Adherent guards. I started it, they finished it. If you need something for the pain, Liviana didn't think you'd make it, but she never gave up on you.
Envoy, could I speak with you for... So, you're that godlike, the Adherent envoy. You're the one who saves the ambassador from the strangle root, right? Well, the conversation went something like, did you hear an Adherent envoy was killed at the gate? What? Really? Yes, a godlike. He saved the ambassador from the strangle root. And so on. I'm sorry. That came out wrong. I'm just trying to help some friends of mine. They're Adherents, but they've had a string of bad luck. Is there any chance you could lend them a hand? Of course, of course. All I ask is that you hear me out. These people helped me out a while back when I needed it. I'm just trying to return the favor. A fair request. I was an animancer in Fjord, just through the mountains in Emerald Stair. A lot of Valian animancers came to Fjord to experiment without the restrictions that come from noble patronage. Well, it turned out my high-minded theories were more explosive than I had calculated. I washed out, disgraced. Then I left Emerald Stair and I lost myself in a bottle at the Grinning Ballarok. Lofled and Gladwine pulled me out of it. Galarde. Lofled and Gladwine came here about 8 years ago, long before the recent rush of adherents. They admitted to having a checkered past back home, but they started a new life in Paradis. Back then you'd struggle to find an adherent in the city. Now they're everywhere. Well, let's stick to the matter at hand. Anyway, with all these adherents coming in, Lofled and Gladwine started spotting old faces. And if they were spotting old faces, it was only a matter of time before those faces started spotting them back. They're lying low in the shantytown for now, but they mean to leave for Thirdborn.
Adherents in the shantytown. Huh. I doubt they're getting a warm welcome. Most of the people there are Paradisans run out by Adir.
They're afraid to go out in public, and Gladwine, poor soul, he's gone blind from bad drink. You don't need to be. There are herbs in the wilds around Paradis that can restore Gladwine's sight. It's a little too dangerous for us ordinary folks, but for the Adherent envoy, for the hero who braved the strangle root, I'm sure it will be no problem.
Ending with flattery is a nice touch.
Agrasima. Thank you for hearing me out, in any case. Oh, there is one more thing they need. Land deeds. They've already paid for them. There's a Rawatayan in the Pearl District, Mako, who was handling the paperwork. No. We had a falling out a while back. It's best if someone else goes. Thank you, Envoy. God bless you.
Yeah, so close. But what's the point? Oh, you are a special one, you are. I thought all the godlikes were taken back, wherever they came from. Don't mean a thing by it. I'm glad to see not all the gods have abandoned us. I know we had one or two disappear lately. Gods took them back, I heard. Just another sign, I guess? You should know, this place is heading quickly into a swamp of madness. Even the plants and the animals feel it. Something is happening here. The plants and the animals are changing. No one knows why, or exactly what's doing it. Sapiento di Falva, alchemist and a dreamer, at your service. My latest experiment was meant to solve the scourge that has come over the local flora and the fauna, but it wasn't meant to be. I expected my main reagent to be delivered today, but I suppose the gods had other ideas. Quite likely. Tell me, was it drooling? I'd love to... never mind. Neither here nor there. No one knows how best to describe it, but we can all see it. Something is distorting the life around here. And I hoped to stop it. Possibly, yes. But now I can't begin my tests without my main reagent. I have everything I need, but the most important part, the luminous Adra, to cleanse the souls of the wildlife. The gentlemen who are supposed to acquire my Adra have not delivered it, and they seem to be avoiding me, as if they fear my wrath. At this point, I'll take any help I can get. My friends must have lied, or they got the Adra and they lost it. I can't imagine why else they would be acting so strange about it. The people of the Deadfire have been refining Luminous Adra for its health benefits for gods know how long. If anything can cure this affliction, that's it. Best of luck with that. I saw them briefly not too long ago, looking shifty and desperate. I don't. Any luminous Adra.
right up. I can tell you need more fire in your life. Or maybe more. Please buy something. I'm trying to prove a point. I knew. My sister, the blacksmith, she doesn't think this will work out. I say she's wrong. Why keep a dagger under your pillow when you can use a ward stone instead?
The hunters set that up as a way to earn some extra coin.
You're a brave soul, Uncle. Going to take on the ogre then? There ain't many ways into that camp from what I've heard. Tempestuous. Oh, Octa. Now that's a dwarf.